Hello, my friends, and welcome to my toy room, otherwise known as the Toytanic, where I am not only queen of the world, but also the captain of this sinking ship. Now, that is my tagline, and as of the news quite recently, I guess that doesn't age very well, but keep in mind, I came up with it far before this incident happened, and I am very saddened by the recent events that happened around the Titanic. So, my condolences to anyone involved. All right, but that being said, today we are here to have a good time, am I right? Today we will be taking a look at the Fisher-Price Toy Company. Heard of it? Also, this Fisher-Price pop-up pail chime phone. Are you excited? Oh my God, wait, I have another call. Yes, you're also excited. I know, this is gonna be so much fun. Okay, let's get started with a little history lesson and a slight deep dive into the Fisher-Price Toy Company. The company was founded in 1930 during the Great Depression by Herman Fisher and a fellow named Irving Price. They were also joined by Helen Schell and Margaret Evans Price. Fisher-Price has been a subsidiary of Mattel since 1993. The first Fisher-Price toy ever sold was Dr. Doodle in 1931. And in the early 1950s, they started using plastic for their toys as a form of a more durable and colorful material to make their toys look even better. Do you know which toy was the first to make use of these fun plastics? Well, it was the Buzzy Bee. Now, I happen to be madly in love with the Buzzy Bee, and I have 3 of them here. They are so cute. Now, these 2 are exactly the same. Exactly the same. And then we have the red one with the turquoise crown. You guys, who doesn't love a good Buzzy Bee? As you can see, the plastic elements are on the wings, little crown on its head, and the wheels. And truly, what a beautiful toy. There's actually another one that I'm in love with that I haven't acquired yet. It has a bit of a different face, but it's also yellow. And yeah, I think I might have to get that guy, right? All right, let's put these back over here. During the 1960s, Fisher-Price would make one of their most famous and best-selling toys, which started out being called the Play Family, which is precious, but later on became known as the Little People. I'm sure you all had little people in all of their buildings and vehicles and things that you could play with them in. It was like a glorified dollhouse playtime, and I was living for it. I used to have all of the structures from the farm, you know, with the barn and all of the animals and the white picket fence it came with, and the schoolhouse, and they were just so much fun. Now, they took up a lot of room, so I personally decided that I would pass them on to someone else that would love them dearly and kind of save the room for some of my other toys that I valued more. These are some of the decisions you have to make when you're a toy collector and you don't live in a mansion with like 20 rooms to store your toys in. Now, Herman Fisher would retire at the age of 71, and in 1969, the Quaker Oats Company would be the ones to buy the Fisher-Price Company. Strange pairing, really. In 1991, Fisher-Price retained its independence from being owned by any other company, but that would not last for long because 2 years later, in 1993, Mattel would buy the Fisher-Price Toy Company, and what a great pairing that was. As a matter of fact, in 1997, the Mattel Toy Company would market all of its preschool type toys under the Fisher-Price name. How many of you owned Fisher-Price toys as a kid? Or to that matter, how many of you still buy Fisher-Price toys for your kids today? They are and have always been one of the most imagination-building, creatively based toy company. As you can see, I have several here myself. Would we like to take a look at them together? I know I would. So let's do that. One of my favorites is this darling, darling little Tiny Tim turtle. He is, well, he's a little worse for wear and a little wonky, but he's so cute. He should roll, but he's a little off center, and his little tail goes back and forth. And he has this darling little beret on his head. Who wouldn't love that? Another favorite, as a matter of fact, when I was a kid, this was one of my very favorites, the Milk Wagon. The Milk Wagon came with this darling little toy. You've got the driver, the milk truck driver there that turns his head. And then it came with this little carton here. Mine's falling apart a little. Of all of the different milks, and there was chocolate milk in there and an orange juice. And inside of the truck, you had all these numbered spots where you could, I'm sure, learn to count and look at colors. And what a great toy. But I love this simply for all these little jars of delicious chocolate milk. Just a fave. Okay, another fave, as I've shown you in a video before, was one of their other phones, the Chatterbox phone. I dare say the most popular toy phone ever to walk the face of this earth, or roll the face of this earth. Okay, another favorite, because of my love of clowns, is the Jalopy. And again, this was another one. It was so cool because these wheels kind of jump up and down. They're very wobbly, and I love it. And then his head goes back and forth. Come on, who wouldn't love this guy? What else do I have here? Okay, these radios. Did you guys have these? My favorite was one called My Name is Michael. I have not found it again yet, but I need to. And he talks about buying candy, and, well, that's just me. But this is the Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head Fisher-Price music box. Precious. I love these music boxes. And on the back was always a cute little picture of what was happening. But as you can see, these little pictures would scroll by as it played the song. And oh my God, how exciting that was as a kid to watch this little story that was just for you on this tiny little screen. I loved it. We'll let that play out as I talk about one more. The Three Men in a Tub. How darling is this? And it came with what I'm assuming are the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. All I know is you'd think they'd wobble. They do a little. But they're so cute. Chubby little guys. And who wouldn't love this toy? So, am I a fan of Fisher-Price toys? You bet I am. I think that they are made beautifully and bright and colorful and long-lasting. Yeah, you guys really nailed that one. I mean, think about how old these toys are, and they're still in fabulous shape. The fact that this music box still plays so beautifully is like unreal good, right? Right. Do you agree with me? Fisher-Price is amazing. Okay. Anyway, however you feel about it, the fact of the matter is Fisher-Price was ruling the marketplace, and for a very good reason. These toys are the best. Now, let's talk about the pop-up pail phone. This is what you came here for, right? Hello? Okay, it came with this cute little handle here. On the back, you can see that darling graphic, the pop-up chime phone. On the side, more graphics, a little girl. So, you hit your numbers. How great is that? Hello? Oh my goodness, look, a friend came to talk to me. Do you see her, you guys? She's got this little plaid skirt on. Why am I still holding the phone? Because I love it. She is every bit of darling and a great selling point for this toy. I myself am a big fan of the Jack-in-the-Box type toys, things that pop up and excite you and keep you interested. Even though I have a love-hate relationship with that, it terrifies me. I'm still even scared of those cans of biscuits that when you hit them on the counter, they pop. It scares me every time. So, okay, that is just me admitting my fear for you here. This toy was created between 1968 and 1978. So there were a couple different iterations of it, but this is the 1968 version, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, you guys. Again, let's pop her up so we can kind of keep her out here, and we'll have her face you. What a cutie. Obviously, the toy phone was one of the more popular exciting toys for children. It sparked imagination and creativity and allowed you to talk basically to yourself and come up with ideas in your own head and say them out loud, sparking more creativity. As you can tell, I'm a product of this kind of toy, as I'm literally talking to myself right now, hoping that there is an audience out there listening to me. But yeah, I'm in a room by myself talking to myself. And why? Because of things like Fisher-Price pop-up phones and chatter phones and whatnot. These things really keep you imaginating and creating. And I know I'm making up words, but that's what you do. So yay toys, yay Fisher-Price, yay pop-up phone. Fisher-Price played as big a part of my childhood as Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street. These were the toys that I would constantly go to as a child, as I drank my imaginary chocolate milk and I pulled my little bee through the hallway because it was so much fun to have a friend following me, let alone listen to my own little boombox here and watch the pictures go by. Come on, what fun were these toys? Did you own Fisher-Price toys? Do you still own them? Do you have the pop-up pal phone? I love to hear about it. Would you please share your stories with me in the comments, because I love to hear people's toy stories. They're so exciting to me. Let me tell you, that being said, this is my last toy show for a little while. I am going to wait to talk about toys again until we get back to my series coming this fall for season 2. And I am taking suggestions. Are there toys you'd like me to talk about more and do a little research for you with? Are there certain toys that you've seen in my room that you want me to pull out and talk about with you? I'm taking all suggestions now, so please feel free to let me know what you want to see. Because without you, I am literally just sitting in a room talking to myself, which I don't mind, but it is a lot more fun when you're there with me. So if you chat with me a little bit, I would love that. That being said, I cannot wait to see what kind of adventure we get into next week. I hope you're there with me to join in and have a great time. But this tour is over. You may now disembark the ship, go about your week, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. From me to you, mwah. Thanks for joining me.